Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Karen.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Long time no see.
I know it's been way too long,
Yeah,
but
life
life
gets in the
happens.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, life gets in the way, but our hobby goes on.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll
So,
break out in Celine Dion here in a minute. Do the
oh no, I'm not a big Celine Dion fan. Now we
neither
probably
am I.
lost like 20 subscribers. So let's start by saying good morning, good evening, good night to everybody watching, our subscribers. Thank you for tuning in again. We love you. Um, we are a channel about cross stitch. Kathy, Kathy and I met at a retreat, stitching in the wild, and we became fast friends and stitchy sisters slash we live parallel lives in two different
Yes.
states. Kathy lives in Michigan and I live in Maryland. And we use FlossTube to keep in touch and to share our hobby.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today. You're along for the ride. We really just chat and
Yeah,
go
we're
over.
laid back.
Yeah, we're very laid back. We just
If you
go
like
over.
what you see, hit that like button, subscribe.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, if you just like to hang out with us and stitch,
yeah,
let
because we're
us know
gonna,
what you're stitching.
yeah,
And
and we're gonna grow and make our own Facebook page. We're gonna be adults. We're gonna make a Facebook page, and then we're gonna have stitching sessions. So you guys will have to join in for that.
yeah,
So
we
all the
we we say
shenanigans.
that. Yeah, our shenanigans. We say that, but we haven't done it yet.
No,
Stay tuned. It's been a month since our last floss tube, and these are our sins.
yeah. I was thinking about it last night though, and then I must have just fell right to sleep because I was like, I could do that really quick, and then I was like, I was out.
What,
So
getting ready for the Facebook page? You were
yeah,
thinking
I was thinking I could do the Facebook page. I can set all that stuff up tonight.
you're our social media guru. I'm not
Yeah.
social media savvy. Oh my. All right. So yeah, it's been almost a month. We're on floss tube number 12.
Yay. We're
I
hitting
was
the
thinking,
teens.
yeah, I was thinking this morning that we're gonna see each other 3 times this year.
Yeah. Which we should tape at those places. Even
Yeah,
if
we
we
should yeah.
even if we edit later.
Yeah, we should do a little Karen and Kathy time.
Yeah. Because we're
Share
gonna
our
be at Stitching
excitement.
in the Wild in September, the first weekend. StitchCon A in June in Cincinnati. Stitching in the
And
Wild is in Alabama. And then Sweater Weather in Philly.
in October, right? That's
Right. And
October.
if it's not raining and people are going to sweater weather the night before it starts, we're going to go on that ghost tour,
Yeah,
the ghost
that would be
walk.
so much fun for anybody that's
Yeah.
gonna be there. We should all do that together. That'll be fun.
Yeah. It is so much fun. And you learn so much and you get to see all the sights while you're doing it. So
Yeah, I'm excited. That's cool. All right, so a little bit of shout outs. We'll start with some shout outs. I want to re-shout out Cross Stitch the Globe. I did a very bad job of it. I'm not good with names. I just am not. But it is Stephanie and it is Allison. They are sisters. And they have a great floss tube. They do a lot of extras. We talked about the, most expensive kits, the most expensive patterns out there on eBay and all
yeah.
on the third market or whatever you call it. And I just wanted to shout them out specifically because they are doing Cross Stitch University, doing little instructional videos for people who are new to cross stitch. And I think I mentioned last time, my sister actually started cross stitching. She found herself a small little pattern in a thrift store for like 50 cents. And then she actually found a new cross stitch store that I didn't know about. And
Wow.
she got another kit. So she's well on her, we've had a little training session here, and I got her hooked up with some Ada and a pattern, and she's got pattern keeper. Like she's very lucky because I didn't have that when I started. I keep pointing her to YouTube. Look it up, look it up, look it up. But luckily right now she's just doing one at a time, so she can get the hang of that and be on her own. But I'll show pictures of the two little patterns that she did. Um, Actually, let's make my life a little easier. And I don't have to edit it in, and I can just pull it up if I can find it really fast. Yeah, here's her first pattern.
Ah, I like that. I
Isn't
love
that cute? She
sailboats.
did a good job.
Yes, she did.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. There was one other she's working on. I think I know she finished this one, but it was little mushrooms.
Well, how cute. You're
Yeah,
gonna
look.
have her doing like WIPGO and all that.
Yeah, I gave her first needle minder,
Aw,
and I gave her one of my good Bowen hoops because she was using those crappy bamboo ones that are tough on your hands.
yeah, and split.
They split and they're light, but there's something weird about them that I just
Yeah.
can't I can't take. So yeah, congratulations, Joanna. Ooh, cross stitch the globe. Thank you. And then Just So Sherry did a craft room tour. I guess it's been a couple episodes now, but it was really good. So I encourage everybody. We love Just So Sherry. So
Yes.
her stories are so funny. She makes me laugh, cry. All right. Anything you want to share before we get into our March stats?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yes, we do. I forgot. How could I forget? We wanna we wanna give a shout out to Gary and Ronnie because next Saturday, April 27th at 9 a.m. Central Time, they'll be flinging the doors open to their new L&S, which is amazing from the videos and things. And I couldn't find the address, but it's in Ozark, Alabama. And so if you're in the area, look them up. I know they're on a main stretch of the road. So
Yeah.
um
Their last floss tube has the address in the description box.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that's GaRonStitchery.com. I'm sure it's on their website too. But they're going to keep their online needle workshop as well as their
Yep.
local
And
needle workshop.
they're going to be split. So things will be a little different in the LNS than the ONS, but that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So take your husbands. They have a husband parking area. And I told them they needed to put a little basket of like magazines, like Scar Aficionado and like hunting magazines and
Oh yeah, fishing.
fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fishing. My husband would want to read the cigar magazine. So
There you go. That's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I heard they said that Karen Kluba from Rosewood Manor gave them a free pattern for their to give
Grand
out.
opening.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
I am too. Like, how
I
do we
like
get one?
I like Karen
Karen,
Kluba.
Karen Cooper.
Karen,
Yeah.
hopefully you're watching. Oh, I'm a big fan. I actually have one of hers to show. All right, March stats. Why don't you share with us how well you did in March?
Well, I did really well until life got in the way, and that was when I was saying, "Oh, I'll be able to get my magazine monthly challenge done." And I did a little bit more than that, but I didn't get it done. but I did 2005 stitches in
Oh.
March. And I met 1, 2, 3, 4. I met 10 of my magazine monthly challenge prompts because I did the super one. So
Oh yeah, you overachieved. And I
I
remember
overachieved and then it bit me. So yeah.
I was giving you a hard time about that.
I
Remember?
know.
I said,
But
why
I
are you
mean I
doing
did
that?
really good on everything. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I was happy about that. So that's oh, and then the other thing I'm really happy about is because I'm doing, let me get my prop here. My 24 and 24. I'm doing 24 whips in 24. And so far, and that just means that I have to do work on them. And I'm keeping track of the dates that I'm working on them. And I'm not doing stitches. I'm just, if I make a good dent on them. And I have touched 10 of my 24 whips.
That's
So I'm happy
great.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I can take those off. Look at that. I'm getting more wear out of them than just
I
one.
know. I was wondering.
So,
Those are so cute. And you yeah, that's good. All right.
so yeah.
I'm not doing 20 and 24. I mean 24 and 24. I'm doing year of whips.
Yeah.
But that means you have to finish. I think we picked 8 and we have to finish 4.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that one, I have worked on 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've worked on every one of my year of whips and finished one so far.
Well, that's good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had worked on all of them.
I didn't here, let me get mine. I could show you 2 things in there too while I'm yeah, March was pretty good. Not for challenges though. Not for challenges. So for stitches, I did 9,575. I only had 2 days where I stitched less than 100 because that's kind of like I didn't even get an hour in. I must have been really tired. I touched 12 projects. I had 8 days where I didn't stitch, 1 new start, 3 finishes. At the beginning of March, I had 22 whips, and at the end, I had 19. So that was a pretty good month.
Yeah.
But I didn't complete my WIPGO,
Oh.
and I did not complete my magazine monthly challenge. So what I did was I'm rolling those forward. I'm going to see how long this lasts. So WIPGO, I have to roll forward because I got to finish that. And I didn't touch the one project at all. And I have to work 5 days on it. And that's the back stitching on Alice. So what I did was, I don't know if how good you're going to be able to see it. So I crossed out the blocks. See, I didn't do it. And I moved them down here.
Okay.
So now I have 1 in my magazine monthly challenge I had to finish. And I did that. So magazine monthly for March is done. I'm still working on April. And then Alice's, I still haven't touched it. I still haven't. But I'm going to keep care. I put it there just so I have visibility that I have to work on it. So, yeah. So that's March. It was all right. Not for challenges. Oh, and then I said I wasn't going to do a magazine monthly in April. And I did.
And you did.
And I did.
I'm sitting that one out.
Well,
But
you
I'm
can
already
finish
thinking about
March.
May because
Oh,
May
you're.
the chart is up, the acrostic is up.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she put it up the other day. I can't remember what it is. Bicycle, maybe? Almost thinking bicycle. Or market. Maybe market. I was thinking like farmer's market. I can't remember. Maybe it's market and bicycle. I don't know. So don't listen to me.
Carolyn.
Don't listen to me.
Oh, all right. We'll have to go look at that. Now I'm excited. All right. So finishes.
No, not
I
this
have a
time around.
couple.
Yeah.
I have a couple to share. I'm sorry. All right, so Joanna
Don't be
said,
sorry.
my sister said, you already showed that. I'm like, I didn't show it because I looked in my notes. So I finished Blooming Bouquet.
I love that.
It's got a crease right in the middle of it. That sucks.
No,
Yeah.
you haven't shown it yet. You showed the other one. You
No,
showed
and
the
I had some border still left to do the last
yeah.
time I showed this. So this
Yeah.
this is Blooming Bouquet #1 by Jeanette Douglas, 32 count Lugana, picture this plus in the color Legacy. We used the silks and the bead pack provided by our friend Kathy. This is 1/1 on 32 count Lugana. This is a 2024 year of WIP. So done, check. And it was my birthday sal for 2023. Started in September. Woohoo! Now I can put it away.
Yay.
I am gonna do the other ones. I wasn't gonna, but I enjoyed. It's so cute. And if they're all the same size, they're gonna be so
Yeah,
cute on the
they
wall
are.
together. All right, my next one is Floral Alphabet. Floral Alphabet. Now
Oh,
look how
that
cute
looks
this
so
is
good.
compared to my hand. Yeah,
That looks really good.
it turned out very cute. Thank
Yeah.
you for encouraging me.
And it doesn't look grungy. It looks elegant.
Yeah, it doesn't look grungy. The intent
So
was there.
yeah,
It turned out nice.
it did. It looks really, to me, it looks very classy.
Yeah. So this is on 32 count linen by Fox and Rabbit flannel flower. This was this is done in Gloriana silks that I went and picked out myself, and I stitched it 1/1. This was Carolyn Zook's birthday sal and the designer focus of March. So I finished it on March 1st, and I know I started on March 1st and I finished on March 30th.
Good job.
It was such a good stitch. It was an easy stitch. There's mistakes in there, but you can't tell.
No,
You can't
keep
tell.
moving forward.
Yeah. Then my last is another 2024 year of whips. I finished Love is Love.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is small too, so you know,
Yeah,
it's cute. Turned out really cute. It was a fun
it is.
stitch. It was fun. I think there's one little teeny tiny mistake in this, but otherwise I did all right. Because it was so repetitive, you couldn't really make a mistake. You had to take it out.
Did you start that at Stitching in the Wild last year or?
I started it in September.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep, I finished it this month in April. This is on 32 count Platinum Lugana. I don't know who makes it. It's just the regular standard. And shout out to Sarah. She loves platinum. That's her favorite. And I did that 1/1. All righty, that's all my finishes.
All right.
Do you have any new starts?
No,
I'm sorry, folks. It's the Karen show right now.
that's
All
all
right.
right.
I don't know why, but I started Barbara Anna's Viva La Vida.
Oh, I like that.
I actually had started it a while ago and I started with that sun moon thing at the top
Uh-huh.
and it didn't show up on my fabric. And then I realized I don't need the sun, moon, and the rain stuff to make this cute. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna cut that off and just do the bottom. And then she'll be like the same size as my other Barbara Anna. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
So I did this restart on 28 count Lugana.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's kind of it's reddish. Let's see if I can get the color. There,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay. Um, so it's excuse me, 28 count Lugana, picture this plus earthen. I'm using the called for DMC 1/1.
That
But
looks really good.
I really like this one.
Yeah.
The coverage is really good. It looks, you know, when you sit there and you look at it, you think about it, we're wrapping thread around thread to make something pretty. Like
Yeah.
we're creating, I don't know. It's just sometimes it just amazes me. That one just looks so good. I don't know. I'm not patting myself, just the design and the threads on that fabric.
And that
Woo-hoo.
people have done this for, I mean, almost since the beginning of time
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
fabric look pretty. You know?
Yeah, to put art on fabric. Yeah.
Yep.
Just now I want to learn how to design. All right, so my last but not least, I have to show a picture of the pattern because I am a huge Lola Crow fan. Her new sal dropped. It's called Deadly Aquarium, and it's a mystery sal, which I don't tend to do except for hers because her detail is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, let me show you. So this is the Deadly Aquarium. And I'm sorry, this is really wrinkled, but I did take it out of the, let's see. So I'm doing this on 32 count Lugana, Grace Notes fabric. This was actually a fabric of the month I just got. It's called Sarah. It's beautiful. It's green with brown modeling.
Ooh.
But look at the detail. Look, that
Wow.
the pole, for lack of a better word, the frame looks
Mm-hmm.
3D
It
because
does.
of her color choices. And the detail on the top, they look like little octopus tentacles. It
That's
is
amazing.
so freaking, as I'm stitching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that. It looks like it's round. It's
Yeah.
she's so good. So if anybody else, don't be afraid of the Mystery Sal. Go for it. They're fun stitches. You don't know what to expect, and you know, it's worth it. It's worth
Yeah.
it. It's
I want to do
reasonable.
her, I want to do the library for sure. And now it's
Yeah.
out in chart form. So
Oh yeah, you could get the whole thing.
I could.
I'm trying to stick with it because the last one, the greenhouse, I got behind. I was like, I'll just wait for the last one and catch up and just do the whole thing. But because of how I did it and the way the charts come out, it's easier to do it as it comes out than it is
Mm-hmm.
to do it all together. I don't know why, because I'd already started it. And maybe if you start it, because you're not starting where you would normally start a pattern. You're starting
Right.
on the part that they're giving you. So anyway, it's really cool. Very, very cool. Do it. Um, what's her name? Laura, Stitching by the Shore. Is her name Laura? Bad with names, people. Bad with names. She's doing the haunted library on this really gorgeous fabric. Really gorgeous. So that's all I have for new starts. I'm done. Why don't you talk about some whips?
Okay. Well, we'll start with um we'll start with my first one. I didn't get a lot of stitching done. I tried, but my first one I worked on, well, actually just one of the ones I worked on because I don't know what order I did them in. It's I can't see. Reflections of London by
Oh,
Circles.
oh yeah.
So
I like the red buses.
yeah.
That's cool. And Big Ben. That's really cool.
And when I do reflections of New York, I'm gonna do the little taxi cabs. They're gonna be taxi cab yellow.
That's cool.
So um so that's reflections of London. That'll be a gift to the kid one day for his year he lived in London without his mother because he studied and applied himself and his mother never did. Actually, I did. My brother kind of ruined my chance to go there and study for a semester. Then I worked on Bridget Cleary.
Ooh.
Our little Bridget girl.
Yeah, I have to finish her because I don't even counted her as a true finish until I put that picture on there.
I worked on, sorry, I don't have these ready. I worked on the mushrooms.
Oh,
The
nice.
mushrooms over here.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was supposed to only do like 100 stitches, I think, on this for Magazine Monthly, and I ended up doing like 221.
Nice.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Or maybe I was only supposed to, I don't know. But I got started and I couldn't stop. So, and I love this. This is on this is Primitive Hair. And it's in her series of I guess notable women. I don't think she really has a name for it, but we've talked about it before. And I'm stitching it on her 30 count Old Salem linen that she dyes herself, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
absolutely
That's
love. I love
perfect.
her fabric. So then back in my little GaRon tote bag, which was a bag of the month at one time. And then I worked on, I put in, I think, maybe 25 stitches in this. This is Parliament of Owls. And these everyone's seen, so I'm not showing the charts again. This is by Kathy Barrett. And it's in her series of animal groupings. So a group of owls is called a parliament. And I'm working on Parliament. So I got over to this side right here.
Oh, is that the
Yeah, right in
off?
here.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So
small.
yeah. This is 40 count. So
Oh,
40
is it
count.
over 2?
Yeah, it's over 2 on 40 count. It's a fortnight fabric.
It's pretty.
So yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
I hope it's got, let me show you the colors. The colors are amazing. And when when I took the kid over to leave him in London for his year, when we flew in, it was, well, we got delayed in Dublin because it was too foggy in London for us to come in. And then when we finally got to we're flying into London, the sun was breaking over and the fog was clearing, and Parliament just shone with the coolest golds. And I mean, it was just like amazing. And that was like one of the first things we saw of London once the fog was clearing. And it was just, I looked over at the kid, whoopsie. And I'm like, look at that. This is your home for a whole year. So
wow.
And then I tried to, pack myself in his bag and stay, but
That's cool. What a great experience. He was very lucky.
he was extremely lucky. And I was lucky that he chose me to go with him. Because we told him he could take one, because I mean, he's going to be living there for a year. He's a freshman in college, and it's expensive. So I was like, okay, well, you can choose one parent to take with you. And he's like, well, I'd really rather take Dad because you're going to cry so much. But I know you really want to go, and Dad's been all over Europe. So,
oh, but you just went over to get him settled, and then you came back.
Yeah, and I anybody who is taking their kid over to study abroad and you're going with them, go ahead. We flew in the day before he checked in, and one of my friends kept saying, you're gonna have to take him, take a week. You need to be there a week ahead. And I'm like, I can't get the time off from work. I was lucky that I got the time off that I did, and because I ended up staying close to 2 weeks, but there wasn't a lot of time with us together. And it wasn't a good time either. Because he was freaking out and he didn't know how to express it. So yeah. And it was
Yeah.
funny because, you know, it's broken up into neighborhoods, kind of like New York is. And it was really cool because I was in his neighborhood and they would take them out like little ducklings, like they were in preschool, to show them, you know, like how to cross the zebra crossings or zebra crossings and all that. And so I would be out and then I'd have to like duck so he couldn't see. So,
Oh,
so anyway, and then
yeah.
one day he messaged me and he said, I'm going to be at your hotel at such and such time. And I want eggplant parmesan. And I'm like, where am I going to find that? So I went out and looked and I found some, but it's not called eggplant over there. It's called aubergine. And I got a whole culinary lesson on how we call it eggplant. They call it aubergine, which aubergine does sound much prettier.
Yeah.
So I know we've talked about our jasmine bags before,
That
and
is a cool bag.
I never knew it held so much. Look at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I could pull a rabbit out of it, but I don't have a rabbit, so I pull in a reindeer. I mean, look at this. I mean, seriously. Oh wait, there's more.
Kathy.
I I have a Nurse with a project on it.
Oh, that's cute. That's your shepherd's bush.
Yeah, and I have I worked on
Wow.
this a little bit. This is called Rejoice, and this was my Epiphany project. I try to do one for Epiphany every year, and I didn't get it done this year because I did BRRINGO.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
So I pulled it out and started working on it. It's almost tone on tone,
Yeah,
but
but
this
it's
is
pretty.
insane. Okay, so it held this. It has this. Look at all these kits. One,
Wow.
two, three, four, five kits in here, and this is her small bag.
Wow.
She's incredible.
That
So
is
another
amazing.
shout
And
out.
it
She's on Instagram. Hmm?
have a gusseted bottom.
No, and it's still got a little part up here in the front.
Yeah.
So, geez, if you get like one of the regular sized ones, you probably put like an entire body in there.
Yeah, I got
So,
a couple at Sweater Weather. She had a trunk show there. So just so you know.
yeah. Well, I'm taking some money. I don't need any stitching stuff, but I need some jasmine bags. She's on Instagram. She put up some new bags in the last couple of days. So,
Oh, I have to look. Oh, I can't buy anything.
so
I just
what?
bought some bags from my friend Gina.
Oh,
She's sending me bags.
you can never have too many bags
No. And
or too many
I
tote
gave
bags.
Joanna some bags. I gave Joanna a lot of things. My sister, she has a little kit. I gave her a pair of proper scissors. I gave her some 310.
Wait until you give her
I'm
some
treating her
silk.
good. I'm
Yeah.
treating her good.
So that's all my whips.
Oh, well, I have some whips. So this one I put first because it's technically a restart whip. So I restarted my Grinch. I was doing it on Fabrics by Stephanie, Nantucket Sky, and it was it was too tight for everyone. It was it was doing it okay, but I was doing it on blue because I didn't want to stitch all the green.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to restart it on 28 count easy guide. So much easier because it's full coverage. Full
And it's
coverage.
got easy right in the name.
Yeah, and full coverage is so much easier on an easy guide. So I decided I'm stitching the sky blue. So what I am doing so that my white snowflakes, I am doing them with an extra stitch over top so they're a little puffier than everything
Oh,
else.
okay, cool.
So hopefully it'll pop on the blue.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. So yeah, so I've restarted the Grinch. I'm almost up to where I was. I only had like 2,000 stitches in, so I was like, what?
That's like what I do in a month, but you know.
I'm like, whatever. I like stitching on it. I stitch on it more. So I don't think I've shown this one in a while.
And the stocking, just so everyone knows if they haven't heard, that's from
Oh yeah.
the Ronnie Sock It To Me sale through GaRon Stitchery.
Yeah, because I was about to quit it. And I was like, why don't I just try restart it?
I'm
So
just
this
adding more stockings. So yeah.
this one is Harriet Cooper 1843. And actually Gary showed this pattern in his Shop the Shop episode last night. This is by Queenstown Sampler Designs, which is here in Maryland in Queenstown. And this is called yeah, Harriet Cooper, and it's Baltimore, Maryland, 1843, so where I am. And he had a good point, and what he said last night, and I was like, that's why I like it. He's like, it looks like a travel poster from like the 1920s, 50s. You know what I mean? It does look like
Yeah.
it looks like that. And that's probably what drew my eye, because he said I was the only one that bought it back when it came out at market. But I really like it. And I'm changing some of the colors so that I wish I had changed more, but I didn't get daring until later, recent, where I'm apt to change the colors. So I've gotten a lot
Oh,
done on
wow.
this. So I'm
That,
changing the color of the road to be like a dirt color. So the house will pop out more on that. And I'm having to change colors as I go because of that. But
and it looks 3D. Now, last night, Doug doesn't usually watch FlossTube with me, but for some reason he was, I don't know, maybe because I've made him help me with work this week with like phones that don't work and different things. PDFs, converting them, things like that.
right.
So he said, well, I'll watch, GaRon or Gary and Ronnie with you. And when that one came up, he liked it. So he's like,
Wow.
that's cool. And I said, well, Karen is doing that one. And he goes, I really
Oh,
like that. And he agreed
cool.
with Gary that it looked like something from like the 40s.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. I forget what the date was. But yeah, that's I think what drew my eye to it. I wish that I didn't do the house in salmon, but it's fine. It's fine. That's on 32 count Lugana by Fabrics by Stephanie, and that one stitch is fine. I don't know what the difference is. The other fabric seemed a little thicker, and it's called Vanilla Latte, and I'm just using DMC 1/1. Next, I pulled it out of the Q Snap because this is WIPGO this month. My Rosewood Manor Autumn Quaker. Everybody's seen it. Everybody loves it. I love the colors.
everybody started it. I
Everybody
haven't
started
started
it.
that one yet.
I'm doing it small 1/1.
I love that.
So I am working down here. I just have this little bit of a page left. And then I have
Wow.
one more row left. So this one is on my year of whips. I gotta finish it.
That's incredible.
It looks, let's go a little closer. Yeah, this new light. Well, it wasn't new. My husband lovingly bought it for me a while ago. I just refused to use it. It actually, it's much better than, I'm a little bit more even. But back here you can see what the real color is. Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
so good.
This is on 28 count linen to bloom. So it was the called for linen, I think. And then I'm doing 1/1 with the Valdanis. I'm not a huge fan of the Valdani.
Valdani's is one of those things. It's kind of like Picture This Plus. Well, I might be the only one who's on the bus that doesn't like Picture This Plus, but you either love Valdani's or you don't. There's no middle ground there.
Well, and I'm separating them, which you're supposed to do it over two with the full 3
Yeah,
strand, and I'm separating it. So I don't know if I'm losing some luster, but it's turning out fine. I'm fine with it.
it looks gorgeous.
It'll look cool. It'll look cool
Yeah.
framed. Yeah. So last but not least, I told everyone it's not out of the Q snap because it's just not time yet. This is my full coverage, London. Here, let me show the picture first because I am not editing. So I went and got the picture. Oh,
Oops.
oh, you saw a picture of a selfie.
Oh, that is
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be, I think this looks better than showing my piece of paper anyway.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
And that's
Uh,
got that glowy feel I was trying to explain about Parliament on it too.
yeah, because it's raining in the picture
Yeah.
or wet. So this is all I've done this year. I've gotten a lot done. My plan was to finish a page and then work on the other full coverage I have going. But I decided that I'm going to restart the other one on Easy Guide. And 28 count Easy Guide. I have like 3 pages done on it, but I'm going to restart it next year. So this year I'm just going to focus on London. So we'll see how much I can get done. That's all my whips.
Okay.
That's 18 count Ada to everyone. Done with the whips.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
You have
Sorry.
been. No, don't be sorry. Good grief.
I touch a lot of projects. That's my problem.
Well, my problem is usually if I feel stressed out, I want to stitch, but sometimes like I'll pull it out and I'll just look at like the pattern, or I'll look at a different, and that I get the same kind of, I don't know, relaxation from it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I understand that.
yeah. And sometimes I just like to pull out my files that have, designers in them, and look at all of them.
Look at what you have.
Someday, someday.
Oh, I did buy some patterns off Etsy, but I didn't print them.
Oh, I have a little bit of stash.
Yeah, why don't you
Um,
go?
okay. Well, I ordered these because my friend Karen highly recommended them. And these are from Amazon. They're the
Oh,
little cardboard floss drops.
oh yeah.
And what I think I'm going to do, because I have some acrylic drops that I was trying to put everything on, what I think I'm going to do, because I wrap them on one of those, oh, I wish I had one here in front of me, but I don't. Floss winders from R&R Woodworks,
Oh
KY.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And then I clip it and then I put it on my little acrylic thing. But this way I'll put it on here first, and then when I'm all done with it, I'll put it on the acrylic thing and then put it away, and I'll have a better inventory, because right now my inventory
So you're gonna
of
use those for
GMC.
your projects?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because they're cardboard, so you can write on the other side of it and write
Yeah.
your symbols on it, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because this was one day when I was in a, like a, sad little mood or whatever. My husband was at Meyer, and Meyer sells just cross stitch. And he's like, "Is there anything you want from Meyer?" And I'm like, "Will you buy me a just cross stitch magazine?" So he went over in the magazine section and he couldn't find it, so he had to have somebody help him. But they only had like one copy left, and it was the
Oh.
Easter copy. I really wanted the Easter copy
Oh
because
yeah.
Carolyn Zook did the flip through. So
Yeah.
I have my copy of that.
That bunny on the front is gorgeous.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the back stitch that does it. It's
Yeah,
gorgeous. And the shading. Oh,
yeah.
who's the designer on that?
Let me see.
'Cause it almost looks like the
Um,
woman who does the windows.
and you would be right.
Oh,
It is La Petite Croix de Lucie.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yep,
Her detail. I love anything that's really detailed like that.
yep.
Just pops.
So
She
you are correct. Ding, 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 ding.
ding ding ding
Winner,
ding
winner, chicken
name that
dinner.
designer. But Karen doesn't know the names. But she knows she can get there.
So yeah, I'm a sucker for a bunny. Then I had to get the needlepoint silk that I'm missing for Good Neighbor, which was from my best friend's stash. And I know she was laughing at me because this is one of the main colors, and she always had everything fully kitted. And I didn't
Yeah.
have the main color. So I know she was up there laughing at me from heaven.
Oh,
And now it'll be the first announcement, and then we'll announce it more as it's coming up. Someone has a birthday in June, but
who could that be?
I
It's not
don't know.
me.
It could be me, but
Oh,
someone had to be
it's coming up.
cantankerous and be born on the last day of the month.
Oh, I'm not waiting till the last day. It's
No,
your
I'm not
birthday
waiting
month.
until the last day either.
We
So
start June 1st.
yeah,
Yeah.
June we're kicking off the Something Wicked birthday sale. And before you think it's going to be something bad, it's not. It's actually from Shakespeare. So I'm being very literary here. So it is Barbara Anna Designs. It's still in the plastic. Something Wicked.
I love it. I can't wait. And you know I love a Barbara Anna.
Yep. I just love her because back before my hair turned a different color, that was basically the color of my hair.
Yeah, I can't figure out what color is her face.
Her face is pale white.
Okay.
So, and her little hands are pale white. And I just
Okay.
love her cat. Like her and her cat are just hanging out. They don't look wicked at all. This is not the only Something Wicked This Way Comes pattern. Lottie Da has one. And I think there's probably a lot more out there because everybody loves, something, by the pricking of my thumb, Something Wicked This Way Comes. So anything that has that saying on it, if you want to join me, Something Wicked birthday sale, it'll be kicking off June 1st. So, and I got a piece of fabric to put it on.
Oh, I haven't figured out what fabric I'm going to use.
I have, let me turn it the right way so I can actually read it. I have 40 count pewter, Newcastle linen.
Oh, that's pretty. That's picture this. Is that picture this plus?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You might be
Well,
rethinking that.
it doesn't say that, but it's got PTP right in
That's
the
it.
old serial number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it, but that's okay. I wanted something to make it look like she was out for a walk on a kind of gloomy little night.
Gloomy night.
So,
Yeah, that's really pretty. Yeah,
so
I'll have to
yeah,
think about what I'm going to use. I'll try not to copy.
doesn't matter to me.
Well, I'm on a
Unless
roll on birthday sales. I'm 2 for 2.
yeah, I started yours. Maybe I'll work on that today. And
If Carolyn's watching, and I'll tell you, I'm gonna let you slide on having to finish it by the next time we get together at Stitching in the Wild for my birthday. But
yeah, because we're gonna be there on your birthday,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a party.
I've got plans.
Oh no, no
I've been
strippers.
shopping.
Oh no, no strippers. That's funny. It's not a big one. It's just a little birthday. It's not a big number.
They're all big if you made it around the sun one more time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, especially after this year.
yeah. Or
This
the
year's a
last couple of
toughie.
years of my life.
So I have a little bit of stash. Did you have any more stash? What
Nope.
else you got? You sure?
That was it.
Okay.
That was it. I have some coming in.
All
It's not
right.
here yet.
So I bought the Scarlet House because it was designer focus, I think for April.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought this pattern. What's
I
it say?
like it. I like the
I
crowns.
wanted something to do because I seem to have been keeping up with it. I'm not a huge fan. If anybody's out there that has this and would like to stitch it and would like to get me to stitch it with you, that will get me to stitch it. But for right now, it's not calling to me. I'm a little disappointed. Oh, I should have brought out the 324 pattern because I bought that too. I don't know where it went. I'll show it next time. So this was fabric of the month, Grace Knows Fabric, Sarah.
Ooh, I
This
like that.
is the one I'm doing. It looks better here. This is the one I'm doing the Deadly Aquarium on.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, it's 32 count Lugana. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, that's so pretty.
And it's
Then,
perfect because it looks kind of like algae kind of filled water with the green tint.
yeah, I was going for a more blue. And then I was like, no, it looks like sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it dropped, she used the green. I was like, I'm going for green. All right. So this is Atomic Ranch, 28 count, Lugana, Golden Harvest.
Oh, that's pretty.
This light is so much better than I had before. That's like it.
That's really pretty.
Yeah. I love it. And then Fox and Rabbit, Oyster Shell. This might be good for your,
Oh, yeah.
it's a little
Yep.
darker than that. This might
Oh,
be
that'd be
good for
perfect.
your birthday, Sal.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to write that down. All right, well, that's all my goodies.
Well, I didn't have a whole lot of stitching and not a whole lot of goodies, but not stitching related. But you know how you find a book and it just speaks to you and it's like it's so good.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to read this book. It's called Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. It is hysterical. It's
It's
a
a
murder
novel.
mystery. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Listen for the Lie. I
Yeah.
wonder if I can
Listen
get
for
it
the
on
Lie.
audio.
And it is hysterical.
I'm writing it down.
I'm pretty picky
Amy.
about books and what I like to read and everything. Um, and if I have ever actually sat down and wrote a book, because I did used to be sort of a writer back in the day.
Yes.
And this right here, that would be what it would be like.
Yeah.
So, but if you like mysteries, there's my little non-stitching related because I've been reading at night instead of stitching. So
You have to write your book so we can all buy it because you have an
yes,
audience for it right here.
I do. I do. I have some explaining to do, but yeah.
You know that you can listen to audiobooks while you're stitching and do both at the same time.
I can't listen to audiobooks.
I don't know
It's
why.
like it's like somebody puts me to sleep. It's
Not when
like
you're
somebody's reading me a
stitching.
good times or a bedtime story, a good time story, a
Not when you're
bedtime story.
stitching. You need a better book. I'm
Yeah,
listening
that's
to a series of books by Mary. Oh God, the names Mary Kate Andrews or Mary Kay Andrews or something like that. Oh, let me just because that's just rude to talk about a book and not know the name. It's gonna be right here. Mary Kay Andrews.
oh, she's hysterically funny.
Oh, she is hysterical. And you listen to them and the voices are hysterical. So the series that I was listening to is a mystery. Like there's this woman who used to be a police officer and she left the force and she opened a cleaning business with her mother, Edna. And so she's a PI on the side. So it's that mystery, solving crime, but it's hilarious. So I encourage I love her books. So yes, that's what I'm reading. So that's funny. You read her. I don't know how
Yes,
I found her.
I read a book by her. Oh, I was busting out laughing like on the first page, and it was oh, I don't know the name of it. I'll have to look it up and tell it the next time. But it was a bride who was jilted, I'm pretty sure at the altar, but it was hysterical.
Oh, good.
So
I
I've
can't
read
wait.
several of her books. I'll have to go through and see which ones
Yeah,
I
so
got.
if you listen to them and the voices, the narrator for those books are great. I
Yeah.
really recommend it. So,
Look at that. Cross stitching and books all in one. What
cross stitching and books.
and true crime, but
Oh yeah, 24/7 Dateline on
yeah,
YouTube.
I have a new trial coming up next week.
Oh yeah,
So
what
I'll be in
trial?
trial for about
Who's
the next 6 weeks.
whose trial? What trial?
Karen Reed out of Massachusetts.
What'd she
Um,
do?
it's whether or not she ran over her boyfriend, who is a police officer. So did she run him over, or did his friends do something? And is there a big cop cover up because he was a police officer? Not only was he a police officer, but he was like the the best person in the world. Like his sister died of brain cancer, and he took in her kids
Oh,
without even a question. He's like, without even hesitation, I'll take them. And
well,
here he was, a single guy, police
that's kind of what
officer.
you do for family, you know?
Yeah,
Someone taught me that here recently, what your family will do for you, when
yeah,
you need them.
yeah,
Means a lot. It's
yeah, it
kind of like
does.
there's like no second guessing, and you can't
Yeah,
thank them enough for just anyway.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
So, did you want to talk? So we talked briefly about, we're going to some retreats. We're getting ready, geared up for StitchCon weekend A. Oh my gosh. I think
Yes, we are.
I found a ride. I'm gonna ride up with my
Oh,
friends
okay.
from Virginia. And then since we're leaving on Sunday, right? The day after, or we're leaving on
Yes.
Monday.
No, Monday.
Monday. So
Or
I'll fly home on Monday so I could spend the night and still do stuff after.
okay. Well,
And then
if you wanna stay, just let me know and I can change the plans. I need to call the hotel anyways, because one night we're staying in one hotel, then we move over to the convention hotel, and then we have to move out of that room the next day, and we finally get into a room that's will be our room for the rest of the time.
oh,
So we're
but
gonna be
this
doing like the Goldilocks thing. This room is the bed is too hard. You know,
I mean, that's not going to be
we're
that
gonna
big a
be
deal.
sleeping around people during StitchCon, okay?
Everybody
We'll
come
be
up to
doing
us and say, "What room are you in today?"
Yeah, we'll be doing Yelp reviews for every hotel near the convention center.
We're only changing hotels once, though, right?
Right, but we have to change the room for some
Rooms.
reason. And I'm like,
That's all
okay.
right. The room I got us for sweater weather, they only had a king's a king left. We're gonna be on the edges.
Yeah.
I'll call them closer, see if we can't get to. I just wanted to get in there.
So
Oh my god.
yeah, I've been doing retreats for my first retreat was in 2000 because I'm old, and I really wanted to go to a retreat, and my friend Deb that owned a shop, she was one of the first ones who did retreats. She did Camp Stitch a lot, and you could never get in. And I wanted to go, I wanted to go, and I wanted to go. And then they were always in March. And I had kind of a bad diagnosis at the doctor's office or from the doctor. And then it turned out not to be what he thought it was, but he always said he still thought I had it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. And the first thing when we got out of the doctor's office, and I was crying because you go in for like a simple thing and you walk out, and it's like, well, you may never walk again. Oh, well, thanks. And I was just like bawling, and Doug's like, well, where do you want to go? And I'm like, I want to go to the cross stitch shop. And so we went there, and I cried. Well, I cried in the car. And then I told him, I said, I really want to go to their retreat. Well, he went behind my back and got me in. So he talked to Deb, the owner, and got me in. So that was
Oh.
my first retreat. And it shouldn't be a surprise that I was actually in my room still stitching my name tag when it was time for the meet and greet. But I did her retreats. I've done retreats down at House of Stitches in LaPorte. Those were mainly classes and intense classes. I mean, like, these people are like the next level. You know, like one of them was a casket,
Oh yeah.
the wooden box. Another one was a Civil War feather bag. But it had a feather stitch all the way across it, and it was really cool. And yeah, I didn't finish either one of those, but hey. And then Dinah Stitch, I did their retreat twice, and that's like class. So I've done both. I've done where you can go in and just stitch. Oh, and then I did GaRon's retreat last year. I took a break. Like Deb's Camp Stitch a Lot was classes, like a main class during the day, and then like a smaller version of another class, and then the next day it kind of flipped around. But hers were fun because one weekend was, as she described it, not me, it was like a drunken electricians union convention. And then the next one was like really quiet, sedate people. So I went to the one with the the drunken thing. So my first tip would be don't drink. A lot of places won't let you drink anyways, but don't drink red wine open, because I saw a lady's Houses of Hawk Run Hollow get destroyed because somebody knocked over a glass of red wine on it, and it was almost done.
Oh
and you could
God.
tell she was upset, but she couldn't be mad at her friend.
Oh
And it
my
was like
God.
everybody's just standing around and nobody knew what to say. But
Rinse and repeat.
It's not gonna come out.
Oh.
Not gonna come out. And let's see what else is there. Well, you know, M&Ms melt in your mouth, not in your hand, so that's a good snack to have at the table. You don't want to have your Cheetos.
Unless you have your tongs.
Yeah, but
yeah.
and then
I agree with you.
yeah, I'm a big person about don't spread out, you know, like I like to have my little area. You know, be careful of that. You're going to make friends no matter what. I know the hardest thing is walking into a room and you're kind of late. Like I walked into Stitching in the Wild late, and it was like the chairs were already taken, or they had bags sitting on them, or they were tipped forward, and it was like, oh, they don't want anybody to join them. Where am I going to go? And then Ronnie, you know, sat me at a table, and you hadn't gotten there yet, had you?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, okay, you were there.
Because you were running late because
I had to spend the night in the airport.
And it was funny because I barely knew you, and I was like, why didn't you let us know you were at the airport? You could have stayed in my room.
I know. But
so if I'm ever not at a retreat and you need help, please, everybody, check on Kathy, make sure she has a room, make sure she's got a place to stay. But if I'm there, I got it. All right, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, it was a little scrappy do between me and the hotel.
Oh my gosh.
But so I really like the retreats that are, I'm just going all off of what's in my head. I really like the retreats where you can just sit and talk and stitch.
Yeah, me too.
And really, the first retreat I went to, and don't worry about what you take. If you stitch on Ada, don't feel bad about it. You know, because my first retreat, honest to God, I felt like I was like the world's worst stitcher, because I showed up with a Seikis design which Sue, what's her last name? Seika? Sue. Well, anyways, her first name was Sue, and I took classes from her. On the surface of it, her things looked really easy. You know, you'd have like 9 Christmas trees on 10 count. I mean, or 9 pumpkins on 10 count. I mean, how much easier does that get? Well, each one was a specialty stitch. And so you're learning all these specialty stitches, and some of them are hard. I mean,
Right.
when I started stitching again after the kid was born, he was like 3 months old, and it was like, I want something to do at night. And so I signed up for a cross stitch class, and they were teaching one of the Sakis designs. It was jack-o'-lanterns. And I walked into the cross stitch store. It wasn't Deb's, it was a different one that was in our town. And I said, I'm too dumb to stitch. And I started crying, and they knew that I just had a baby. And so they sat me down. They knew I was all hormonal. And I'm like, I can't count. This is 10 count, and I can't count. So they taught me how to count.
Oh my gosh.
And walked me through it, and I finished it. And it was a cool piece. And I always like Sakis designs because it pushed you. Even though it was on 10 count, it pushed you. And it made you a better stitcher. And I showed up with a Sakis design, and here's everybody with, you know, I felt kind of out of place. I didn't know anybody. And then for people that don't know, I'm allergic to dairy. So Deb always had a big pizza party the first night. So she said, well, I'll order you a special pizza. And I said, you don't have to do that. I'll go out and get my own food. Don't do anything special for me. Well, she orders me a little personal pizza and calls me up to the line first. And all these people got mad at me. So don't get mad at people.
Yeah.
Just because I would have rather had a piece of pizza with cheese on it.
Yeah.
With some glue so that my pepperoni stuck.
Yeah, you have to like always assume positive intent with people.
Yeah.
Always assume the best. And if they prove you wrong, they prove you wrong. But go into it thinking all of these people have the same love as I do. You
Yeah,
automatically have
exactly.
something in common and something to talk about. Even if you don't have the same aesthetic, you
Yeah.
can still appreciate what everybody
Yeah,
else.
because you're all putting needle to thread, or your needle, thread, fabric. You're putting it all together. And so that was my first experience. But I went back and I found my people, and it went from there to, I was one of the crazy drunken electricians.
The other another rule I think is, stay away from those topics that we stay away from in our regular life.
Yes.
Religion, politics. There's no room for that in cross stitch.
No.
Nobody needs to know what you think about any of those things.
Or who you're gonna vote for. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And I know we were sitting there, and if someone does bringing up, have your buddy on that you could say, oh my God, text. I'm texting down here. I'm like, oh my God, I'm keeping my
because we were sitting across from each other.
So we had to text each other. But it's okay. I mean, if someone does express themselves and it's not something that you believe in, just
don't respond.
Okay. Just it's appreciate the fact that everybody has their own opinions and move on from there. I have had to grow a thick skin in my old age. I'm really good at it now, and I actually take a lot of pride in being able to hang out with people who don't have the same beliefs as I, and we still can have a great time.
Yeah.
So,
like I always tell people, I don't talk about it, so nobody even really knows how I feel.
Yeah.
I might discuss it with Doug, but it doesn't leave the house.
Right.
So,
Right.
And then
you could sometimes you can get a little clues about people from maybe some of the things that they stitch, but it's their hobby and they express the way they want, and just to respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though I was stitching on 10 count, I'm stitching on 40 count now,
Yeah.
So,
There's
and your
nothing,
tastes
yeah,
change, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and everybody doesn't have to stitch a reproduction sampler. You can take a reproduction sampler and make it your own. You can do whatever you want because it's yours.
right. Don't be
And
a
so
stitching snob.
yeah, the other thing too is think about what you're packing. Seriously, think about what you're packing. Um, if you think you're going to take six projects, knock it down to three, because they're probably going to have an annex or a boutique or something where you can shop, which I thought was fun last year when we at Stitching in the Wild, when we all bought the same thing and then we all started it there. And
Yeah, that was
most
fun.
everybody's finished it. I will before the next one, but on Grandma's slip.
On grandma's dirty
Yeah.
diaper.
And so don't take too much, but take what calls to you. And then I probably, and I see it every place you go, don't bring the whole setup. You know, if you got a big huge lap stand at home and you've got the 36-inch scroll rods and things, it's probably not a good place to have. But that's just my opinion. If you want to drag that all with you, that's up to you.
Yeah.
If that's what you're working on.
Now I went to when I was at Sweater Weather, my table mates were still great friends. We text. I love it. I love meeting new groups of people and then you follow each other and it's great. And I think one of them is at Stitching in the North, North Stitch North with yeah. Anyway, I think that's this weekend. Anyway, um she actually we could drive to that one and she drove and she brought her Lowry stand and it was actually fine because it was a floor
Yeah,
stand
Lowry
and
is
she could
fine.
sit back and yeah, so it's just, being I thought that
Come
was
on.
great. It actually got me to buy one, which I'm not really using.
But a
Yeah,
Lowry
stuck in my
slides underneath
habits.
your chair and doesn't take up as much space. There's some that, I mean,
Yeah.
why don't you just roll in an upright piano with you with your, your stitching bag? But whatever, each, to each his own. And what I'm going to do this year, which is something I have never done before, at all the retreats I've ever been to, I've never done this. And I think maybe because we're going to be at the convention center and I don't know how far away we're going to be from the hotel at StitchCon, but I'm going to put together a little mom bag that has, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Imodium, Benadryl, Band-Aids, Neosporin, um, all the things that you may need, but do you really want to run back to your room
Yeah.
to get it? Some Pepto-Bismol tablets. So if you're at StitchCon weekend A, come see Kathy in my little mom bag.
I'll have the mom bag.
I'll have my Band-Aids and my mints and everything in a little bag. So, I hadn't thought about doing that before. I've usually had Band-Aids, but not, well, I don't usually stab myself unless I'm beading, but then I stab myself. Those darn beading needles will take you down.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing is have fun. If you're by yourself, find your people. Um,
I'll find
so
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and don't feel bad when you walk in and it looks like you're not going to have any place to sit because there's some place to sit, and just have fun. Um, if you're taking classes and you're one of those people that has class anxiety, then don't stitch during the class. Some that I was in a class, that the teacher she wanted us to iron and miter a corner. And I was like, no, I'll do this at my room. I'll do it when I get home. But I'm taking copious notes. And she made me an example in front of about 300 women and stood behind my chair. And it was, you will do this. Everybody's going to do this. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And she said, yes, you are. And I said, I'm not. And my best friend was there and she knew me well enough, and she looked up at her and she said, she's not going to do it here. We are going to go up to the room and she will do it there and I will help her. And we picked up our things and we walked out. But it was the closeness that she was standing to my chair. It was that all eyes were on us. You know, it was that we weren't even stitching, we were mitering a corner. You know, I don't do those things. I don't sew, I don't miter. You know, a miter to
Yeah.
me is something that, you know, a priest wears or bishop wears. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's the tall
That,
pointy thing.
yeah. Yeah. I know
The
what you,
tall
I know
pointy
what you're
hat.
talking about.
So, you know, but have
Now
fun.
that's an anomaly. We don't want to scare off people who have never
No,
been.
no,
That's an
no,
anomaly.
that was an anomaly. And then I was in another class. Oh my gosh, this was so funny. This was Frank Bilek, who was on Trading Spaces, and they had Mosey and me, and I got to take a class with, he was supposed to be there, but then he was called to film Trading Spaces. So Judy was teaching the class, and she's the one who designed anyways. He would drop cartoons and pictures and things, and then she would put it to cross stitch. And she told the funniest story was this lady came in and was in one of her classes, and the lady was ahead of everyone else in the class. The lady brought the project in the next day framed. It was a 2-day class. So everybody goes at their own pace. You know, I'm slow, I admit it, but I like my stitches. I'm happy being slow. There's no race.
Yeah.
You know, I rarely give my projects away. So, you know, I'm never under the gun for that. So, you know, just have fun. Walk in, don't be intimidated. You're going to find your people. Have some M&Ms, break out some, what did you say, little cupcake
Oh yeah.
holders?
Oh yeah, that's what Tracy brought. Little cupcake holder, like a package of them, and she put
Yeah.
one out, and she had a spoon, and so you could spoon out your M&Ms
Yeah.
and have the little. And I brought a thing of almonds, so we had a nice little snack.
Yeah.
That was fun. We have to do that. I'll have to
And
DoorDash because
yeah,
oh, actually, if I'm going to be in the car, I'm really excited about driving up with my friends. So
that'll be
that makes
fun.
me feel a little better, and it's a little more economical for me right now.
Well, I mean,
So,
if you want to ride back on Sunday, that's because I'm driving
oh,
down,
because
so it
I
doesn't
want
matter.
the extra day. I like to have
Okay.
a down and then if yeah.
Yeah.
And we already yeah. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine with me because, you know, I'm not, I'm 4 hours away. So to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I can leave the next day at noon or 4 or whatever and
Yeah.
go, you know. So we can go see Fiona the Hippo on Monday.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what time my flight will leave on Monday,
Oh, okay.
but I'll yeah.
Lisa,
Yeah, I
have
don't know. I
fun.
think it'll be easier and less and actually
Stressful.
since I didn't get to go to the retreat with my or the getaway with my friends in Virginia, I'll get to spend some time with them
Yeah.
too coming up and yeah.
Well, road trips are always fun. You guys
Yeah.
will roll in with snacks. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I can roll in with snacks. Yeah. So,
so that's about all I can think of. I'm just shooting it off the top of my head. I didn't make notes or anything. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm just trying to, you know, be nice to people. Well, be cognizant of the people at the table next to you. Um, you know,
oh, here's
so
another faux pas. Remember the lady that was sitting on her iPad watching like a baseball game or something?
yes. And
The
it was
sound up.
yeah, it
And
was distracting.
it was really distracting. So this room didn't have a lot of tables in it. And it wasn't loud, but you could hear that. It
Yeah.
traveled. And it was it wasn't so a loud noise that's common loud noise is fine. Then you have that one noise that doesn't one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that sets me off.
No.
That will distract me and ruin
Yeah.
everything. So, be cognizant of that. Wear your earbuds if you want to watch
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we didn't say anything. We were close to it.
Yeah.
I was close
No.
to it because it was, right next to us, but I may not have a thick skin, but I'll speak up.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
we
I'll go
would have
back to
said
my
something
corner
to
and cry and feel
post.
bad about it.
Well, and it depends on.
I'll take my little personal pizza back to my room all by myself and cry. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh
But
God.
it's fun. It's fun. And the retreat cycle is started, and
Yeah. It's
it's
in
so
full
much
swing.
fun. Bring
Yeah.
lots of money. No, you don't have to bring a lot of money, but there'll be stuff to buy there if you don't want FOMO, or if you don't want to buy anything, you don't have to buy anything either. If you're on I'm on a lot tighter budget this year than I was last year. So I'm going to have to space out between, and I was only going to one retreat last year. Well, I was supposed to go to two. I couldn't go to the second one, but, so I'll space out my buying, unless it's an exclusive, that was done specifically for that retreat.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably won't get it, but,
And if you like something, take a picture of it. Put it
yeah,
in your wish list when you get home, Yeah.
even if it's an exclusive, it might come out the next year.
Right.
So, and
That's
if
true.
the same thing goes if you stitch without DMC, stitch with DMC, it doesn't have to be, a $9 skein of Glorianas or, not Glorianas,
Right.
but,
Yeah. The Glorianas.
yeah,
I do want to try NPIs. I want to try NPIs.
yeah, they're good ones to start with. Or the, rainbow,
Yeah,
gown,
I
that's
saw
Splendor.
those. Those were nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And those are really good to start with because they're economical. So, and you get, I almost want to say they're either 8 or 12. I can't remember if they're 8, 12, or 8 strand or 12 strand.
Yeah.
But so, bring a bottle of water, bring a bottle to put your water in, because most places will have the thing where you can get a water. But
Oh yeah.
after,
Bring a thing with the lid.
yeah, something with a lid or a pop. The sodas, most people say, but those people in Michigan say pop. Bring a pop with a cap on it. I usually would, like, I would keep my pop on the floor, put the cap back on and then put it down on the floor where it won't get kicked over or anything. Well, it wouldn't matter because it'd have the cap on, but it won't be on the table. So,
Yeah. All right.
and
Well, you
have
want to end with,
fun.
yeah, have fun.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you. So
I
excited.
know. I know.
Well, do you want to end with our plans until we
Oh, yeah.
meet again on FlossTube?
My plans, I'm just gonna pick up whatever calls to me, and that might be Good Neighbor, or I might start Kathy Barrick's Egg in a Bowl. She's got two like kitchen series. One has apples, and the other one is called Egg in a Bowl, which we
Oh,
call it Toad in a Hole. So I might start one of those,
all right.
because I'm making plans for when we move, whenever that's going to be, of changing the kitchen. I mean, not making like big changes, I'm not going to go in and like, oh, Dad, I'm pulling out a sander and changing the kitchen cabinets, just making things to hang up and stuff. And,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. No, I'm just doing my WIPGOs and my magazine monthly challenges and
yeah, I'll
I
be back to that in May for bicycle market, whatever it was for. I can't remember now. So,
oh yeah, I have to go look at that. I'm really excited to look at that.
so yeah. So just a reminder to everybody, share what you're stitching, because we want to be enabled. And
Yes,
as
please.
everybody knows, we're easily enabled.
Yes.
So whatever's in your nerd, your hoop, your scroll frame, your Q-snap, or in your hand, send us a picture and we'll put it up, and give us permission to use your name, and we'll share. and leave a comment. Tell us what you like, what you don't like about,
Yeah.
um, leave some retreat comments because we all learn from everybody.
Right.
Like, why have I never done like a little mom bag before? It's like the easiest thing to think of, but maybe because I didn't have a kid who played, a lot of sports. Most
Yeah.
my kid would have gotten was a paper cut from going to the library. So, and that was okay.
Yeah. You leave comments below, but we also put in the description box our email address.
Yeah.
So email us your pictures. Soon we'll be on Facebook and you can share
Yeah.
pictures there. That'll be really exciting.
Yeah. And then
Get
we're going to
that
have Zoom
going.
stitching.
Zoom stitching and yeah.
We might
That'll be
even be
fun.
able to maybe do a little Zoomy stitchy session at one of the retreats after the room is closed down, and we'll really be stitching past our bedtime.
Yeah. Or
Like a
we'll be
little hour
asleep.
get together. Yeah. A little
Yeah.
hour get together.
Yeah, it would be great. I definitely want to meet any of our fans that are not fans. That's so, ugh,
Our
sorry.
friends.
Any of our new friends, Stitchy friends, who watch our FlossTube and are going to be at StitchCon Weekend A, find
Yeah.
us. I'll
Yeah.
always wear a hat because I'm losing my hair.
Well,
I'm
and we
wearing my
might have
hat.
custom hats. So,
Oh, so I'll be wearing a hat of
and
some sort.
I'm the one who looks really old because I have long gray hair. So you can't.
So come find us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All
I'm
right.
excited. It's not that far away. We just have to get through part of April and May.
I got
So
to get through May.
yeah.
May's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
not. Maybe not.
yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. I have to believe that there's a big reason on the end of what my family's going through right now. So send
Yeah.
your prosy vibes, send your prayers if you do that, send your meditative goodwill thoughts to the Johnson family. We're going through some
And
crap.
and to make it even more little mysterious here. I really think that, that's one of the reasons why I think we came into each other's lives, because
Yeah.
I've gone through similar. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Could use all of it I can get.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. So we'll
I
just go
think
ahead and
that's
say
about
good night.
it.
All right. Good night.
Good night.